Damn, sir. Congratulations massively to us, because we finished the whole chapter on managing emotional flashbacks, and I'm very proud of us, and I feel like we need time for the information to sink in, and then it will be really helpful. The microphone died. Please, a round of applause for this. So, the bit that I actually didn't read out. Well, I did, but it has no audio. So I'm going to read out this last bit again, which is helping kids manage emotional flashbacks. I am actually really tired.
Well, me too. This list is for social workers, teachers, relatives, neighbours and friends to help children from traumatising families. It is adapted from the steps at the beginning of this chapter. Depending on the age of the child, some steps will be more appropriate than others. Even if you are not in a position to help other kids, please read this list at least once for the benefit of your own inner child. Or kids.
Absolutely why we're reading this. We're also thinking of our friends' inner kids there as well. So, and anyone watching this could benefit from this. So relevant. 1. Help the child develop an awareness of flashbacks. Inside owies. When have you felt like this before? Is this how it feels when someone's being mean to you? 2. Demonstrate that feeling in danger does not always have to mean you are in danger. Teach that some places are safer than others. Use a soft, easy tone of voice. Maybe you can relax a little with me. You're safe here with me. No one can hurt you here. And beware of where, for some kids, like in our experience, some of those sentences would not make me feel relaxed, because some sentences might have been used by grooming or abusive assholes to generate a false sense of safety. So beware of the sentences you're using, but find sentences, I agree, that help promote that and teach safety. It took me a long time to hear things like that and not think you lying fucking asshole when anyone said I was safe. I'm only just starting to, like, confusedly try and believe it now. And, so it did take a while for that to actually feel relaxing to hear. 3. Model that there are adults interested in their care and protection. Aim to become the child's first safe relationship. Connect the child with safe, nurturing adults, groups, or clubs.
4. Speak soothingly and reassuringly to the child. Balance love and limits. 5 positives for each negative. Set limits kindly.
So, like, that post we read that's like, make it obvious that a child's innate sense of goodness, their internal sense of goodness, is not under attack because of an action. So, like, oh, I see you just pushed me. Like, that action, like, we were struggling to know how to set limits in a way that was kind, and I think it's like, that action is not great. I can see that you wanted to communicate that you were feeling overwhelmed, and that's really good. And I can see that inside I know that you want to be good and kind to people. Like, acknowledge the child's constant inner sense of goodness and self, and make it clear that the action could be unpleasant to others, but that doesn't mean that we think the child is trying to be unpleasant to others. Like, that, I think that's sort of what it's like. 5 positives for each negative, set limits kindly, makes me think, like, you know, acknowledge the child's attempt to communicate for what it is and validate their emotions, and then say, you know, this is not fun to experience. How else could I help you communicate next time what you're feeling, and stuff like that. Guide the child's mind back into their body to reduce hypervigilance and hyperarousal. A. Teach systematic relaxation of major muscle groups. B. Teach deep, slow diaphragmatic breathing. C. Encourage slowing down to reduce fear-increasing rushing. So much of this stuff we've started doing, and I am so proud of us. I could cry. D. Teach calming, centering practices like drawing, aikido, tai chi, yoga, stretching. E. Identify and encourage retreat to safe places. It's similar to like what we do with the dog, what we've always done with her. When you see a dog, you scatter feed up these treats so that you're doing scent work, which is a de-stressing activity. Also in social communication to other dogs, a dog sniffing the ground can be like a de-escalation behavior, so forms stuff like that. And we teach her to come away behind me to leave the situation when she feels unsafe. So it's like use the same things as dog behavior on us. It's very similar. 6. Teach use your words. In some families, it's dangerous to talk. Verbal ventilation releases pain and fear and restores coping skills. Just putting words to it, even just putting words to the emotion of I feel angry right now. It does make a difference to say that instead of I am angry right now, I've noticed, since I've just started being able to remember to do that consistently enough to see the effects. 7. Facilitate grieving the death of feeling safe. Abuse and neglect begets sadness and anger. Crying releases fear. Venting anger in a way that doesn't hurt people or the person or others creates a sense of safety. I'd agree, and power. Yeah, to be able to safely discharge anger. I think that's real power. 8. Shrink the inner critic. Make the brain more user-friendly. Heighten awareness of negative self-talk and fear-based fantasizing. Teach thought-stopping and thought substitution. Help the child build a memorized list of his qualities, assets, successes, resources. Help the child identify their 4F type. We haven't gone over that yet, but we'll get to it. And its positive side. Use metaphors, songs, cartoons, or movie characters. Fight. Power Rangers. Flight. Roadrunner. Bob the Builder. Freeze. Avatar. Fawn. Grover. Educate about the right and need to have boundaries, and say no and protest unfairness.
To seek the protection of responsible adults. Identify and avoid dangerous people, places, and activities. Superman avoids kryptonite. Shaq and Derek Jeter don't do drugs. Feel free to amend for more relevant examples if you need. Deconstruct eternity thinking. Create vivid pictures of attainable futures that are safer, friendlier, and more prosperous. Cite examples of comparable success stories.
Now, having read that bit twice, we've done it. We've done it. Congratulations. Big fucking well done for listening to all of this. Big fucking well done to us for reading it, especially when reading out loud actually does pull us into emotional flashbacks. Amazing. Fuck you, Mrs. Graham. We've done this whole... Look at everything we've just done. All of that. We've just read through so much on managing emotional flashbacks. I feel very proud. I feel very proud of us. I feel very proud of anybody who is yet to and will listen to this. Has, from your perspective. Well done. Some big work. Chef's kiss.